what is prayer? Prayer is an important part of my life. And so I just thought I would share a little bit about what it means to me, how I understand it, why I do it, and kind of what it looks like. So to me, my prayers are, you know, I would say it is a way of sort of like an attunement. It is something that helps to keep certain things in mind, certain ideas that help me along, and I need that. It helps. Life is a lot, and it's very easy to, I think, lose touch with some things that are very important, that are relevant, that help to guide you through the process of just existing, on a day-to-day basis, with all of the interactions that take place, when you're alone and when you're with other people, as you're going through your trials and tribulations. It's just like it helps to have something to reference to, for, and so to keep balanced and whatnot. And so that's kind of what it is for me. Beyond that, I can't say so much, to try to say, okay, well, this is the effect that it has, or, words and vibrations. I don't know, like on a metaphysical level and that kind of stuff. I can't say, and I don't really need to. My practice with prayer is what it is, and it's enough for me. I feel strongly enough about it that that's enough. I don't need to understand it implicitly. I don't know if that's the word, but you know what I mean? So it's like when I pray, it looks something like this. So, I mean, when I do this, it is all internal. I don't ever make a sound with my lips. This is something that's very different for me to say it out loud, but for me to share it, I have to do it that way. So I will say that, I tend to make this gesture, something along these lines. I like my hands and how I just go with whatever feels right and intuitive in the moment, and it changes from time to time. Different things, whatever, wherever I'm at. And then, like right now, this is it. And it's like, I always take a moment to recognize that source of things that is beyond words, and that is beyond naming. Just a moment, just to give props to this thing that is bigger than myself. And so that's how it always starts, and it's unspoken. It's just something that I make an effort to resonate. It's a feeling, it's a vibration of just respect and humility and honoring. And then, I go through a process of centering myself and grounding myself. And I say things like, I am centered, I am grounded, I am here, here I am. I am here in this moment. This moment is within me. This moment and I are one. I am a gift to this moment, as this moment is a gift to me. I let go of all of the other moments and everything associated with them. I focus myself here in this moment. This moment is enough. It has everything that I need right here and right now. And so that's like another part of it, just to really let go of the all of the thoughts and the feelings and the associations and the thinking about other stuff, and just to get in touch with right here and right now, and what I'm going through, and to arrive at a place of acceptance and at a place of surrender. So another part is like, sometimes I'll say, it's like, I am here, I am ready, I am listening, I am paying attention, I am open to receiving guidance, to receiving impressions. am I am I am willing to do the work. I choose to be of service. And like I trust in the way that my life unfolds. And so it has, it's very much to do with surrender. It's just like I am grateful for everything that is being given and everything that is taken away, because I trust that there is something going on. There is an orchestration that is taking place, which is bigger than what I am, my conscious awareness, what my mind can wrap itself around. And just through the course of my life, I've seen that there is something there that is beautiful. The more I learn how to get out of its way and thus align with it, this is more, I suppose it's like developing a healthy relationship with myself and God, for what it's worth, and the universe, however you want to look at it. And so yeah, I mean, these are things that I say. Sometimes it's just like there's a part where it's just like like I'm looking to like awaken like conscious will, conscious vitality, conscious virility, conscious balance, conscious harmony, conscious clarity, conscious beauty, conscious youth, conscious awareness. These are qualities. They're power words, but they are things that I like to keep in mind, that I like to focus on, just as something to help keep me centered and grounded and focused and feeling good about the path that I'm on. And that's enough for me. It's another thing I say too, is like, there's a part of my meditation, or, in my prayers, where I say, today is the greatest day of my life. I approach this day with honesty, integrity, gratitude, humility, strength, courage, discipline, compassion, patience, forgiveness, kindness, and maturity. And then I say the same thing again, but I really take my time to like essentially embody what I'm saying. It's like honesty, integrity, gratitude, humility. And I feel it in my bones. It's not just a word that I'm saying. I'm not going through a mechanical process of just reiterating. I'm not just like regurgitating something. I'm feeling it. I'm resonating with it, and it helps. It means a lot to me just to do this, to practice this every day, to have a way to not get carried away with myself and who I am and the things that I'm doing, and just to keep me grounded, to keep me centered, to keep my mind and my emotions in check, and as a way to help me to relate to the things that I do as I go about my life, so that when I'm interacting with other people, I remember that compassion. I remember that forgiveness. I remember that patience. I remember that kindness. I remember that maturity, because I practice these things every single day. I don't lose touch with them. And I think, that's a part of the reason of why I am who I am, because I have a solid practice of these things. It's just like practicing yoga. You are practicing balance. You are practicing awareness. You are practicing going through emotion. You are practicing a system that you understand to be logical. You're practicing something that you recognize as holistic. You're practicing something that you just understand as a system that helps to cultivate your, it helps with your development. And that is important because, I mean, life is, like I say, like life is a maze. It's amazing, but it is easy to get lost in that maze. And so it's why it's like having practices like this and like reading things like the Tao Te Ching, reading things like the Dhammapada, reading things like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, reading things like the Kybalion by the Three Initiates, which is like the Hermetic philosophy, by listening to Bashar speak, by listening to the Pleiadians, by listening to the Law of One, the raw material, by keeping yourself, by keeping philosophy and spirituality and some certain concepts close to your heart and your head, it just helps with absolutely everything that you go through. This is my experience. I'm not saying that this is how it works for everybody, but I mean, yeah. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that that's enough. That is it's how I feel about it. And, I just know that it can be a little bit obscure, because different traditions practice this in different ways. Sometimes it's like praying to some kind of an entity or this or that. I mean, it's just not what it is to me at all. And so I just thought I would share, this is my own little unique way of approaching this and how I feel about it and how it really works with me. And it's like, it's a special portion of my life. At times it's like, because of the things that I do and, what I'm involved with, I spend a lot of time alone. And so I don't always have something to keep me in check. Like it's tough, like say as a writer, like I need to be alone. I really do to be able to work, to be able to think, just to meditate. Like all these practices, they take a huge amount of time. So it's like it really helps as a person who spends a lot of time alone. And it's like, I accept that. I know it won't always be like that, but it's like to do work, sometimes you have to be alone. I need to study music production. I need to study philosophy. I need to practice meditation and yoga and other things. I mean, it all takes time, and it's just like this is one of those things that helps, that to me, it makes all the difference. It's kind of night and day. When I fall away from these practices, these things that keep me on track and keep me, remind me about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because sometimes it's like, man, what are you doing and why are you doing this? Like, it's easy to get into some, I guess like negative ways of thinking, not really grasping the bigger picture of things. And so it is, through this practice that I stay in touch with things that are important to me.